Good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in the internet world. Welcome to another edition of Golden Independence. We are here, and I want to talk about, once again, this new episode that seems to be coming up on the airwaves, and that is the potential fork of Bitcoin. And yes, it is being spoken about. It is something that, if you're a real Bitcoiner, you should take it seriously. You should take it seriously. Because although we have corporations acquiring Bitcoin, they're still trying to make the rules. And because they have the money to acquire Bitcoin at this time, especially since it's well over 100,000, 90% of the population don't even have 100,000 right now. You know what I mean? Even if you was to check out, right? Even if you got your early retirement package, right? It still wouldn't be enough to purchase one Bitcoin. How about that? If you was to get your retirement package right now, you possibly barely, you would barely get one Bitcoin. Barely. Right? And it just goes to show where we are in the space. And a sense of urgency is coming about. I can't stress it enough. Now's the time to start stacking your sets, because the big money is coming in, and they're using their tactics and all of their, they're stacking the deck, right? And their traditional system to come into the Bitcoin system, which is a real trustless system, and they're trying to manipulate that system. And if you're a Bitcoiner, you can't allow that to happen. Now, I don't think that it will happen overall because of what Bitcoin is and represents, right? I believe that the network, right, will not participate if BlackRock does try and fork it. It will be dead in the water, just like the other Bitcoin forks, right? And guess what? You know who will benefit from the fork? All of those people who already have Bitcoin, because remember what happens in a Bitcoin fork. Whatever that new fork is, right? If this happens, everybody who holds Bitcoin will receive that new fork anyway. They'll receive some of that coin. And I just see the OGs, or the people who really know about Bitcoin, I see them they'll just dump the BlackRock coin. And then BlackRock will be by themselves having Bitcoin, or that Bitcoin fork, and the rest of the community will just move on with Bitcoin right? The real Bitcoin. And Bitcoin becomes more scarce in that light. So just want to keep some focus in the narrative regarding the Bitcoin space, and just to remind people that you don't want to get caught up in the noise, because there's a lot of noise with the ETFs, right? It's a lot of noise with, oh, maybe I should get some shares in this company or that company. Hey, let MicroStrategy do what MicroStrategy does. Let BlackRock do what they're gonna do. If you want to get Bitcoin, you make sure that you get Bitcoin for yourself and you lock it off for yourself. Don't stress yourself over the fork, because in the long run, everything else loses if it's not against Bitcoin, right? Everything else loses. So while they focus on control and having to move everybody through a tunnel, they're going to learn the hard way. BlackRock is going to learn the hard way about real democracy. Yeah, Bitcoin is going to show or demonstrate to the world what democracy looks like. Yeah, and it will be recorded on the blockchain. So we're living in exciting times. It's an exciting time to be alive, to be around, and to even understand what's going on. I consider myself most fortunate, especially because I woke up to more Satoshis today. I don't know about you, but yeah, I woke up to more Satoshis today. And I'm here to help encourage people to accumulate Satoshis in their sleep as well, because Satoshis are for everybody, not just for corporations. Now, you may not be able to have a whole Bitcoin, because as I was saying before, one Bitcoin is over 100,000, but you can afford some Satoshis. You can get about 900 Satoshis for $1, right? I mean, the Satoshi is the new Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. It's a highly undervalued asset. And because it's sought after, now is the time to start accumulating the Satoshis. And if you don't know what a Satoshi is, it's a fraction of a Bitcoin. And these are what you can accumulate now, from now until, you know, it goes to that number, that 100 million, or the 10 million, or even the 1 million. You can continue to accumulate and stack your sats for your future. Because one thing that we have to consider and realize is that our currency is not going to sustain us in the long run. Our currency is not going to sustain us for the future. Yeah? Your pension is not going to take care of you. So unless You're in a recession-proof business, and not everybody could have a recession-proof business, right? Or unless you're multi-millionaire, billionaire, trust fund baby, etc., right? The average person is none of that. The average person is out here making the world turn. And if you want to continue to turn the world, yeah, without being a dependent, stacking Satoshis is going to be a life raft, because the traditional fiat system is sinking. It's the Titanic, and it's going down. And Bitcoin, or the Satoshis, are the life raft. And however you do it, get it done. I'm doing it through BitHarvest. The link is in the description box below. I just acquired BitBoosters and keep stacking. Well, the BitBoosters stack for me because the BitBooster is doing all the mining. So I'm very fortunate in that regard, that I have that capability. And I'm also glad that I found crypto and I know about crypto, because it's crypto that's allowing me to move freely. Crypto equals freedom. Remember that. So I just wanted to come on this little live stream the Darwin Challenge anything. Sure. And in that, Bitcoin will stand strong. It'll be the last currency standing in the end. I believe that. Yeah, that's with the that Darwin theory. Sure. The strongest currency. And it's proven what that is already. So, for those that don't know, you're going to find out later. And you're going to find out the hard way. And then you got to live with that choice and that decision. But congratulations to those who are watching this channel, and you've made the necessary moves and steps to position yourself and your family so that you are not going to be drowned by the tsunami of fiat that is coming. So that's all for now, folks. Remember this. There's somebody out there right now pushing somebody else's dream. Living somebody else's life. And you could be experiencing freedom. What are you sacrificing for freedom? Something to consider. Anywho, enjoy the rest. Bless up.